What's up guys, in this video we're going to be looking at the top 3 stocks that have a really good upside potential for the month of July. Guys, we're going to be looking at what these specific stocks are. I'm also going to be going over an important report and news that could potentially affect Nikola stock to the downs. This is really important information you need to pay attention to if you are invested in Nikola stock. I'm also going to be going over the stock market recap and what are the important reports, economic reports that's going to be reported for tomorrow. There are a lot of reports, guys, really important numbers, unemployment numbers, and etc. reported for tomorrow since Friday the stock market is closed. I'm going to go over all that important information in this video, so make sure you stay tuned. Now let's get right into the video. Alright guys, so as you guys know, Nikola stock has been going to the upside a lot. It made a lot of investors a lot of money. However, there is a huge news that could potentially affect the price to the downside. That specific time and date for this news is going to be July 3rd. There's going to be 2 things that's going to happen in July 3rd. Before I tell you guys this information, guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new. If you have any questions, drop it in the comment section below. Make sure you smash the like button, guys. So on July 3rd, they're going to be announcing some of the orders that they had for the Badger truck. So they're going to be reporting that information. So if they exceed their expectations, the stock can definitely going to spike to the upside. However, the other news that could potentially affect the stock to the downside is the S1 filing that the investors did to potentially sell out their shares, guys. So there are PIPE investors. So these are investors that are private. They actually invested in the company before it actually started trading publicly. So these are private investors. These are funds that have lots and lots of money, and they're able to have access to invest in this specific company for only $10 per share. So they got involved with Nikola stock with that price point. Now on July 3rd, they have the ability to actually sell out those shares that they've got. So you can read off this important article. It talks about exactly some of the funds that actually invested in Nikola stock before the merger happened and how they're able, what kind of positions that they're holding. It talks about exactly their plans and why they actually filed S1 filings, and they're actually sitting at a big profit, guys. So they got involved in this stock at $10, and this stock is currently trading, as you can see over here, $64.52 in after hours right now. So they're sitting at a huge profit, guys. So if they decide to sell their stocks, their shares, you know, they're able to lock in their profits. That could potentially drag down the stock price on July 3rd. Also, you know, the other report for the pre-order for trucks are going to be reported too. This is an important article that you guys need to really read if you're a Nikola share investor, that you need to not ignore, because on July 3rd, there's going to be a lot of things happening for Nikola stock, you know. So it's been consolidating in this very tight range over here. It's not going up or down. It's just stuck at this price point. So be super aware. It can definitely flush to the downside, or, you know, it can break out too. You never know if they perceive the accepted amount of numbers for the pre-orders, so they can come out with that news on July 3rd. But now let's look at exactly the top 3 stocks for the month of July, guys. So the first stock that we're going to be looking at is going to be ticker symbol SPCE. This is Virgin Galactic Holdings. As you can see over here, the stock actually has a potential to spike up to the upside significantly. But even though like the pandemic and bad news kind of, you know, drag the stock down to the downside, but there's been a lot of opportunities, a lot of positive news that came out for this specific stock. Some of the agreement that they made with NASA. Today they got an upgrade, so Virgin Galactic, a buy at Vertical Research at the stock price target implies a nearly doubling. So they expected the price, the stock, to double. So there's 100% potential to the upside based on their research, because, you know, as I mentioned, they had an agreement with NASA. So if they continue to have positive reports, the potential for this stock price target is going to be $29, which is 89% above the current levels, you know. So that is fantastic. That's why I believe this stock is, you guys need to watch for this specific stock and potential get involved in it if you want to invest it, you know, and if you want to invest it for this month in July, guys. So now let's move on to the second stock, guys. So the second stock that I'm going to be talking about, the best buy is going to be, before I talk about this stock, guys, make sure you like the video. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. And if you have any questions, drop in the comment section below, guys. The second stock is going to be Hyliion, guys. I covered this stock for the past 2, 3, 4, 5 days, and I believe this stock is going to have a potential to go to the upside 100% spike to the upside in the next couple of weeks or months, when it approaches September specifically. So this is basically a merger stock and it's currently trading at SHLL ticker symbol. So once the merger is complete with Hyliion, the ticker symbol is going to change to HYLN, and once it's complete, I believe the stock is going to basically spike up 100% to the upside. I talked in detail about this company for the past 2, 3, 4 videos. I'm not gonna repeat myself, guys, but this is gonna be the stock that I believe is going to have solid potential, and you can do more research on it too before you get involved in it. But also, as you can see over here, it's been spiking up to the upside a lot. It hit an all-time high of approximately $34. So make sure that you have a solid plan and solid strategy lined up for you to specifically get involved in it. On yesterday's video, I explained in detail how you can use the strategy of scaling in and scaling out to get involved in this company if you are interested, guys. But now let's move on to the third stock that is a great buy for the month of July. It's going to be Golden Nugget, guys. Golden Nugget is also a company I believe there's a potential for it to go to the upside 100%. So the price can definitely double. This is also a merger. So all of these 3 stocks that have potential to go to the upside, but they also have risk, guys. So you have to be super careful. Since they can go to the upside a lot very quickly, they can also have a risk of actually going to the downside quickly too. So you have to be super aware of that situation and understand that there's a lot of risk. But this company, as you see, it's an online gaming company that launched live dealers in the USA. So this is the first company to do that. It also won awards, and it's actually profitable in 2016. So it became profitable in 2016. So this is a great company, and there's potential for this specific company. So you can do more research about this specific company. Is one of the stocks you guys need to keep an eye on, do research on, and I believe this stock is going to go to the upside in the month of July. Potential 100% to the upside, guys. So those are the top 3 stock specs: LCAO or Golden Nugget and SHLL. Now let's look at the overall stock market and what is the important news that could potentially affect the stock for tomorrow, guys. As you can see over here, guys, we had a very mixed day today. We got Microsoft, the tech sector has been going up to the upside. We got Netflix that was just going to the upside a lot. It was up 6.72%. And we got Amazon, it's added another 4.34%. It's headed to that 3.3K price point, which is super impressive. And Facebook bounced back from the sell-off that experienced like 2-3 days ago. So that was fantastic. And also, the real estate sector actually had positive, to the upside. Overall, the entire sector kind of went up. Yesterday, we talked about some of the reports that was going to come for today. As you can see, at 10 a.m., the construction spending, was reported. The report actually was not even that good, but it was actually better than that was the previous months at the report. So that actually kind of helped, this sector to kind of go to the upside too. But, the financial sectors, selling off, energy sector kind of sold off a little bit. The healthcare sector is kind of a mixed bag. You got some stock that was, down. Gilead is the vaccine stock that's working on to fight the pandemic. And we got J&J, which basically stayed flat. It's like minus 0.1%. And Apple was actually on the news because they started closing more stores. They added 22 stores. They're going to be start closing. So that is really, really important to look at too. So now let's look at what is the important economic reports that's going to be reported for tomorrow. So on Friday, the stock market's closed. So on Thursday, they're going to be combined all of those two, for the Friday's reports and Thursday's reports at the same time. So there's going to be a lot of things that is going to potentially affect the stock market. Now, at 8:30 a.m., the non-farm payrolls is going to be reported for the month of June. So the previous month, it was 2.51 million. So the forecast is 3.7 million. At 8:30 a.m., unemployment rate for the month of June is going to be reported. The previous one was 13.3%. And the forecast is going to be 12.5%. Now, this is really important. If it goes below or above, this can drastically, affect the stock market either to the upside or to the downside. Also, at 8:30 a.m., the average hourly earnings for the month of June, the previous one was minus 1%, and the forecast is minus 0.9%. This is also important. At 8:30 a.m., we got the trade deficit This is going to be for the month of May. The previous one was minus 49.4 billion, and they are forecasting minus 53.1 billion. So that's huge. This is really important news to you. At 8:30 a.m., initial jobless claims for regular state program. This is going to be for June 27. The previous one was 1.48 million, and they're forecasting 1.4 million. And also at 8:30 a.m., continuing jobless claims, regular state programs. It's going to be reported. The previous one is going to be for 19.5 million. This is going to be for June 20. And at 10 a.m., factory orders. This is going to be for the month of May. The previous one was minus 13%, and forecast is 9.7%. And as I mentioned, it's going to be for the month of May, guys. So these are the important news that you guys need to be looking out for. If you enjoy this video, guys, make sure you smash the like button. If you have any questions, make sure you drop it in the comment section below, and I'll catch you guys on another video tomorrow. Have a wonderful day.